Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So before we get into the lower time frames, let's just quickly recap here. So we still have a daily wedge. Okay, it has not broken yet. So in other words, the trend is still to the upside, and we should be looking for entries long. The only concern that I have right now is we are getting a little bit tired here. And we had this first indication here with a sell-off. Then the next day was a pretty strong day. Then we had what you can refer to as an indecision day, or it's a sort of hanging man candle pattern. Obviously, we want that verified, so we need to see another red day here for that to be verified. Okay, looking at the oscillators, also tending to agree that we are in overbought territory and we should be looking for a level. Now, for me, the most logical level right now is this area here of 24718. Okay, just want to run to the left. There is another level there. You can see there's my fractal there. And don't see anything else that we need to be concerned about just yet. Right, so we'll go look at those levels on the lower time frames. Now, starting off with the 3 hour, you can see the trend is clearly to the upside. We almost had a reversal here, which probably trapped a lot of shorts. Okay, sorry, I'm not talking about, well, definitely would have trapped a lot of shorts. I think a lot of people would have been short here. And then we had let's not call it fake news, but we had all the manipulation news come through on Thursday. And then Friday, we kind of just hovered around, moving down, but then had this pretty much strong buying action into the close. Okay, so looking at the oscillators on a 3 hour, we are also in overbought territory. So we should be looking for basically pullbacks, because we should still be going with the trend. The trend is to the upside, but we're looking for pullbacks in order to get in on the trend. Levels that we need to watch out for: 24,414, which is obviously the high of sort of Friday. And then the next level is 24,598. We'll probably round that off to 24,600, and then you have 24,718 or 24,700. Okay, so that is pretty much about 300 odd points from where we are, 483 points from where we are right now. If we start looking at the levels we want to trade, so first thing first, the situation where we are now is we are just hovering. So if you look at the stochastic MACD here, it's flat, just above the zero line. So upward trend right now, everything is tired. This is not something I'll be chasing longs just yet. Okay, I'm looking for this kind of setup here. You can see where they're far apart, all grouped together, and this is pretty much my stochastics. On the hour, bouncing off a level, that would be an entry for me long. Okay, at this stage, there is a distinct possibility that we're going to find some sellers somewhere around here. Okay, so when I get to the half hour as well, I'm just finding the half hour being fairly accurate over the last couple of days, and also a slight change to my charts anyway. I'm not looking at the 200 EMA, but looking at the 150 EMA, and I'll show you the reason now. You can see the half hour, how it's respecting this level. Okay, you see the 150 EMA and the half hour. This seems to be going hand in glove right now. Okay, so for me, logical would be any break to the upside right now over the current high would be a long. In actual fact, price action right now is indicating a long. The only concern that I have is I want to see a grouping my stochastics lower down, so I want to see a pullback. You see my stochastics are grouped lower down. That would indicate that we have a potential change. Okay, and obviously the moving averages here are pretty important. So you see we've broken through the moving averages, we've come back, we've tested it. So this is all indicating that the trend is going to continue to the upside. I just want a pullback. I want my stochastics pullback. I want my stochastic MACD sitting down near the zero line, and this is all in the half hour in order for me to get an opportunity to get long. We do have a bit of inverted head and shoulders here. Here's the shoulder, here's the head, and here's the shoulder. So with all of that in mind, I think the current lows of the day would trigger a short scalp for me, and a trade above the high of the day, 24,300. I'm not so sure it's going to give me a long, because that's only going to be 92 points. So that's not too bad in the context of things right now, but I would prefer a much deeper pullback back to a Fibonacci level, or something like that. So if we just take this previous rally here, you can see we did pull back the 50% Fibonacci, so that move is over. Let's get rid of it. So yeah, definitely, the trend is up. We should be looking for longs, but I want to see a bit of a deeper pullback before getting into that. So pull back onto a level, and the current levels that I'm looking at is definitely going to be the current low of the day, 24,818. That may actually be it's 50% Fibonacci, and you can see the 61.8 resides right here. So that would be my next level, right there. Okay, so so I'm looking for a pullback back to the 24,016 region, or alternatively back to the 24,081 region, and my stop, if it gets back to the lower level, is going to be around 250 points away. It'll be below these two fractals here. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Any price action that indicates short from the top would be a short scalp, and it's also, in my opinion, worth taking with a fairly tight stop, because we could have some form of a micro double top or something like that form, which could trigger a bigger move to the downside. And bear in mind, you do have earnings coming through this season. Our earnings season is going to kick off probably properly today, with a number of earnings coming through this week. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Trend is up. We should be looking for opportunities to go long, but just take cognizance of the fact that you have some major levels above you, so you'll want to be taking profit at those major levels, and possibly even when you're taking any of those major levels, to take profit and head in the opposite direction with a pretty tight stop. You should make a few bob that way as well. Okay, there we go. That's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.